and I'm going to talk a little bit about pressing right now and our defensive shape. I think this is going to help us a lot during our games. So this is the way that we normally play right here, us being in the red and the other team being in the blue. Um, when we're on defense, they have the ball over here. They're trying to work the ball back. This is sort of like a reset. That's just a start of a play. This is how we have been playing, with our wingers very wide, sometimes our fullbacks all the way over here. These players kind of coming out, just kind of very spread out. The problem with this, especially on the bigger fields that we're playing on right now, is that we leave these big giant gaps for them to throw a ball into. Now, we haven't been really hurt by the middle so much so far because the players just don't have the same skill levels where they can bring the ball down very consistently and kind of hurt us. But when we move up, it's going to hurt us. So what we need to do now, we're going to be changing our strategy. We need to get compact. And by getting compact, I mean both ways, laterally and this kind of like up and down the pitch here. So that means that our holding midfielders are going to be tight in here. Our fullback, if the ball's over on this side, the fullback on the weak side is going to be sucked in tight, tucked in like this. That also means that our wingers, let's get this fullback over here a little bit, just a little bit more tucked in. Our attacking midfielder, you're going to be tucked in as well. And our number 9 is going to be tucked in too. Our wingers are the biggest things that need to change here. We're leaving way too much space to exploit. So you need to come way in and play right alongside our midfielders. You're going to be just another midfielder, just as nearly like a central midfielder on defense, making sure that they don't have any space to exploit right here. So now what this does is this is a great shape right here, because it doesn't allow them to have any thought of having a pass coming into this middle here. They can't do that, because once they try to do that, we see that pass and we're going to pick it off. So we're just like this little tight bundle right here. And they might be thinking, what the hell are they doing? Why are they so compressed in the middle? And the reason why we're so compressed in the middle is we don't want them to move the ball over here. We want to use this sideline as a barrier that we can press them against. So once they have the ball right here, if they have options here, they can move the ball here, they can move the ball here, or over here, or back to the keeper, or whatever. We want to, sometimes we just apply a light pressure. That's fine, just a light pressure right here. But a principle of defense that we need to make sure that we're very concerned about is that once a person leaves his space, so this is a space right here that the number 9, a striker, was occupying. Once he leaves that space, there is now that hole. And that hole needs to be filled by a player that's near them. So you need to be aware of your fellow players. This is not just, you're not just occupying your position right here and saying, oh, well, he's fucked up and gone over there and decided that he wants to, chase the ball. No, once he decides to go, that means he's made the decision for you that you need to move as well to cover what he's just done. Now, what this does is it has a sort of exciting effect, and meaning that once this player goes, then you can cover them, and then this player is a little bit under stress, under pressure, and then he either loses the ball right here, which would be amazing if we could just make that small pressure and then score. That actually happened last game, which is kind of funny. But just a pressure right here, and you're taking the path, this number 9 right here, you're taking a path of pressure that's going to be this like looping path like this. So you're going like this. You're not just coming straight for the ball. So once you take that looping path, you've cut off this back pass over here. So we're taking angles to the ball that don't allow them to pass to another player. So you're cutting off the passing lanes as you're hunting down the ball. It's not just a straight, it's a like this, a little loop. So you're looping this ball. This player's not going to just stand still. They're going to move the ball out over here, either pass it back to the keeper. Now once this trigger has happened, where this 9 has gone towards the ball, this 10 has come up and covered the space. The 7, the winger, then tucks inside to cover the place that the attacking midfielder was just occupying. So the attacking midfielder was just here, so they cover the space over here. This outside now this is our winger that's been tucked in so closely. We've allowed them to see, oh, this is an opportunity. We can pass it over here. They'll most likely pass to this player because it's wide open, or they'll pass to this player. This fullback is going to be watching that long pass and can step up and make that interception. But our own winger is chasing after the ball as well, moving towards the ball as well. Ideally, if we have the energy, and I love us to have the energy to do this, once they have the ball in this position, we're thinking like we're predators. We're hunting down this ball right now. So this striker's put pressure on this guy, and now he's like, okay, he's got pressure. He's a center back, so he's probably not that good on the ball. So he's going to be making some sort of like loose touch or bad pass, so that gives me an opportunity to come in here and steal the ball, either intercept it or just put pressure on this ball right here. So once the pass comes over here, this winger now has that space that he's just vacated, so that means that space has to be filled by our holding midfielder. That leaves a space right here, which needs to be filled by this guy over here. So now we've all moved and adjusted because a person that's next to us has just moved out of their position. We're thinking about each other, how we're covering each other, the holes that we're filling on defense. So now that this player's come up, you're not just coming straight on. I mean, you could if you'd like, but what that does is it gives him the option of going right back over here, and that's okay. But we would like to keep him going more towards the side if possible. So you're taking, again, that looping run right here, so he's less inclined to go backwards to the center back. And this number 9 is still coming after and pursuing after the ball has gone over here. So now when we're in this position, we are sitting really well. This is exactly the thing that we want to have happen. If we can get to this kind of situation, which is really easy to create, then we've got a great chance of winning the ball in their own half. And the reason is that now this fullback, K, or whoever's playing the fullback at the time, can step and is now ready to intercept this ball. This is now, for them, a sort of panic situation. They can try to lob the ball over the top right here, but then the center back can see this. Or they can try to play tight into here. And if they try to play tight into here, this is when K gets to step up, or whoever's playing fullback, and intercept the ball. If they don't intercept the ball, that's fine. That's fine. You've got them under pressure right here. And now this number 8 or holding midfielder can put pressure right here. Our center back is going to be alert to this danger right here. Same thing with this holding midfielder. We're all going to be adjusting to the spaces that we've just left behind us. Same thing with this center back. They're going to be adjusting to where this center back has now come and positioned himself. So the hole that he's left now, this number 4, this center back is now filling. So they have no place to go at this point. It's often the time in which they make the mistake. And if we can put perhaps another player in here to give them an extra bit of pressure, then they're going to definitely make a mistake. Especially at this level, they're going to make a mistake, and we're going to win the ball back, and we're going to be on for a great counterattack where we have 3 players right here just ready to pounce on the ball and score. Okay, so that's our main kind of press right here. It's just a press that's funneling them to the outside. Now I did it to this side. It can obviously be switched around to do this other side if we want to press them to the other side of the field. Now, what breaks this press, and we saw this yesterday in practice, what breaks this press is quick passing on their part. So if they're able to quickly move the ball back over here and kind of catch our players out of sorts, then we've got to really try to kind of like sprint and get back into position and press them more if we want to win the ball back over here. But what breaks the press are these long balls across the field. And that, for us, is not a bad thing. All that means is that now we have to adjust. Right? Great. They move the ball over here. Okay, no big deal. Now we're just going to be adjusting our entire defense. Everybody's going to be switching back over here. This player is now going to come back out. This player is going to come over here. This number 9 is going to come back over here. This number 11 is going to come back over here and tuck inside. Our fullback is then going to come back and tuck inside. And boom, if they have to take a couple dribbles, we're already in this position. This has taken them 3 or 4 seconds to do this, and we can easily cover 20 yards in 3 or 4 seconds. So we can definitely come back and make this then very compact for them, this space incredibly compact, where they don't have any options again, and they're just going to be frustratedly moving back if they can make that pass, which is very unlikely. But if they can make the pass, they're just going to be switching it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So this leaves them very frustrated and also tired, mentally tired as well. So if we can put this press into practice where our players are coming out to the ball and aggressively hunting down the ball and other players are filling those spaces, then we're gonna definitely win back some really easy counterattack goals from them, and we're just gonna have a great time.